evening, good morning everyone, wherever you are at the moment. Welcome everyone to our online mindful community. My name is Venerable Narongchai and this is the Maryland Meditation Center. We are an online based community where everyone can just stop by, sit back, relax and practice meditation together. How is everyone's doing? How was your week? How was your day? Hope things going well in life and hope everyone's be able to find time to practice meditation during the weekday. And once a week we stop by here on this Zoom meeting and practice meditation together. This helps us to be a little bit more self-disciplined and learn something from each other, and perhaps you can share your experience and ask questions. I think that's the beauty of having a community like this, and we should have more of this kind of community. Either you can find the physical class that you can join, or you join the online meditation session like this. I think either one is always good for you to keep yourself on this path, the path of mental development, the path of spiritual development, because life is more than just we are here, exist on this world, make a living, traveling the world, accumulate wealth, and then we die. There is something bigger than that. There is something more important than that. Okay, and that in order to understand that dimension of life, I think meditation is one of the promising way that help us to get there, to get all the answer to life about who we are, where we from, why we here, what is the purpose of life, and how can we live good life. And that's something I feel grateful for this opportunity. For me, not only as a Buddhist monk, we meditate and we study the teaching of the Buddha, we practice meditation, and we share this wisdom to people around us, to the world around us. And since we cannot meet in physical, in person, but at least we can connect to each other through this using this technology that we have wherever we are. I'm in the north of Thailand, and it's early morning here, it's evening over there in the US, maybe also early somewhere here in Asia, but anyway, it doesn't matter. So we managed to meet in this class, and we managed to continue practice meditation together, and that's, I think it's something that we should feel grateful for this opportunity. Okay, because we may not know what might be happening after this, tomorrow, next week, next month. Life is so uncertain, good, bad, not good, not bad. We have no idea, and we have no authority to control the situation, the people that we might be facing in the near future. But what we can control is our mind. And how can we learn how to control the mind is through the mindfulness practice and the meditation practice. So always keep this picture in mind. Okay, preparing the mind is like we prepare ourselves to whatever to come in the future. If it's something happy, something good, okay, we don't have to overjoy and cling on that happiness so much, because when we lose it, then we will be suffering. Or if we face something that undesirable, something unpleasant, so if the mind have been trained for quite some time, then we are able to control the mind when we face that kind of situation, something that we don't like, something that very painful. As long as the mind can be calm and keep the clear state of the mind, then it gives rise to wisdom for us of what to do when we face that kind of situation, the situation that we don't want to face, the situation that we don't like it. Okay, and this is the beauty of meditation on a regular basis. So make this a habit, 5-10 minutes a day. Well, everyone here seems to practice meditation regularly. I believe by now, I think 30 minutes should be comfortable, right, for everyone to sit 30 minutes. And if you already in that level, you can challenge yourself a little bit to go further, to get to 1 hour a day. Okay, can be 30 minutes in the morning and 30 minutes in the evening, or together 1 hour. Or if you can sit 1 hour straight in one session, that's even better. That's even better, because it's not easy to all of a sudden bring the mind back to the body and have the mind stay still during the session. All day long we let the mind wander outside, we make a lot of decisions, we talk to people, we go to many places, and then we come home, we want to meditate. So we set time 30 minutes in the evening, and we hope that 30 minutes the mind should be back and stay still, and we can find happiness right at the moment that we close our eye in our room. And this is not always the case, right? Because we let the mind wandering around all day long, And when we come home, that's, that mind still stay outside. It doesn't get used to come back to the body more often. So it would be best if we do our best to maintain that, that mindfulness. Whatever we do, we eventually or often bring the mind back to the body, to the breath, to the body gesture, the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you eat, the way you do things. We can develop mindfulness, okay, and make it, this skill need to be developed during the day. And at the end of the day, when you go back to your room and ready to sit, you may be surprised at wow, today how come the mind come back and stay with the body much faster and much longer. That's a difference. So this is something I realized, that a lot of people have this kind of issue, that they have been sitting for quite some time, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. Sometimes feel good in the session, most of the time don't feel good because the mind wander a lot, and they're wondering why is that. I know all the technique, I know how to adjust my body to be relaxed, I know how to play with my mind. How come the mind don't want to come back to the body, and it takes longer time for the mind to get settled down into the body? And this is one of the reasons why, because we're not mindful of what we do during the day. So keep this information and reflect on this, okay? And hope it help you to meditate better. So every week that we stop by, okay, you learn something new. I will prepare something that will be beneficial for your own practice, and also you have a chance to ask questions and share your experience, like I said. So we will spend the first 35 minutes meditating together first, and then another 20-25 minutes for the wisdom talk, and then save another 10 minutes at the end for answer some of the questions that you may have, or something that you would like to share. And that is the structure. If you are new, completely, perfectly, okay for you to join. This is the place where everyone can join to hang out with the good friends, the mindful friends, the friend or the group of people who love in mindfulness and meditation practice, okay? All right, so it's Saturday, 11th of March 2023. We have 2 more weeks to go until we finish March, and then we move on to April and May. Time is always flying very fast and very quickly. So today, as long as we still here, okay, we should feel grateful for this. Number 1, that we still alive, right? And number 2, we have a chance to practice meditation that help us to discover who we are and find the inner peace inside ourselves. Okay, at least at the end of the day like this, we deserve this moment, the moment that we come back to take care of ourselves, body and mind, because all day long our time, our energy go to something else, human, animal, object, study, business. And now this is the time that everyone deserves to sit back, relax and meditate together. All right, so let's meditate first. So let's time to meditate. So first thing first, wherever you are, you plan to sit on the floor, plan to sit on the chair. I'd like you to find the most comfortable sitting position for yourself. The very most, because we'll be sitting about 30 to 35 minutes. This is not too long. If you can find that position, so you can sit, nicely and relaxingly for the next 30 to 35 minutes without coming back and change your sitting position. Softly and gently close your eyes. The same way you close your eyes when you go to sleep. Welcome your mind back to this very present moment, here and now. Back to the room, back to the breath. Following your breath in and out for a few times. Notice how your chest is rising when you inhale and falling back down when you exhale. Notice how your belly is expanding when you inhale and contracting back down when you exhale. Feel the center of your body, the turning point between the inhales and the exhale. This is the home of the mind. Feel the sensation around your physical body, from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet. Feel the energy or the ground support underneath your bottom and your seat. Feel your clothes touch against your skin. Just observe this whole sensation of your body. Welcome the peace and relaxation. Feel grateful and appreciation for the time that you deserve to be happy, to be at peace at the end of the day like this. If you notice any stress or tension in any part of the body, take a moment to release and relax those tensions from your body. Make sure you don't squeeze your eyes too tight. There shouldn't be any stress or tensions around the eyes. Release the muscle around your forehead, eyebrows, your cheek, nose, your chin and your jaws. Relax. Loosen the muscle around your throat, both of your shoulders, your arms, your palms and your fingers. Relaxed. Relax your chest, abdomen, your back and your spine. Relaxed. Sit with your back and spine straight up so you can sit in balance and not falling asleep. Feel the relaxation go downwardly to your bottom, your thighs, your knees, both legs, both of your feet, and to the tip of your toes. Relaxed. As your body becomes more relaxed, your mind tends to be more relaxed as well. Less and less thought in the mind. So take this time to slowly let go all of your worries and responsibilities. That related to your work, your study, your business, something that you plan to do. Put everything aside while we meditate. Letting go is essential when it comes to meditation. The sooner the mind can let go, the faster the mind can come back to the body and stay still. Let go everything in the past right before you come to the session. Not to worry about something in the future. Do your best to guide the mind to stay at the present moment fully. And cherish your mind with happiness and joy. Slowly disconnected yourself from the outside world and reconnect yourself to the world of inner peace within. This meditation journey is about you getting to know the nature of your own mind and develop the quality of your own mind. Develop the inner peace, develop the wisdom. So this is the journey of your own self to go deeper into your mind. And the mind is the refined element. We cannot force the mind to stop thinking. We cannot force the mind to let go and to have peace. So we need to take a very relaxed approach, easy, soft approach when it's come to the mind. So allow the mind to settle down into the body by itself. The place where the mind feels most comfortable and relaxed to stay still and to rest can be the center of the body, can be anywhere in the body. No need to think or analyze. Just simply follow your feeling. Wherever you feel good, feel easy, feel relaxed, and that is the place you should rest your mind. And each session is not the same. You need to ask yourself each time that you sit, what makes you feel most relaxed and comfortable? So wherever the mind feels relaxed, just let it be there. Whatever technique that the mind feels comfortable, and that's the technique that you should use in that session. So simply allow the mind to come back and stay still in the body. If you already feel relaxed and comfortable, you have found that place. And all you have to do is just let it be. Maintain the stillness of the mind with relaxation and consciousness. Stay relaxed and stay conscious. Keep the mind in balance and let it be. No need to analyze, no need to ask the question. Just be a good observer of your inner experience, of the nature of your mind. If your mind is still wandering, cannot stay still, or get distracted by thought, this is perfectly normal. No need to get agitated. No need to fight with the thought. Learn how to be friend with the thought and let the thought pass by. And eventually, you slowly welcome the mind back to the peace and relaxation feeling. Come back to the balance and start over again. Some of you may use the object to keep the mind still, such as the full moon, the star, the crystal ball, the flowers. If you feel easy and comfortable, Then you can visualize the object of your choice relaxingly, peacefully. Some of you may use the mantra, the word that you're reciting during your meditation to keep the mind focused, like peace and calm, peace and calm, peace and calm. Or in our tradition, we use the Pali word saying Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang, meaning the path to the purity of the mind. So whichever phrase or word that you use, just to keep the mind still. Or you may visualize nothing, no object, no mantra. Just simply allow the mind to be still by itself. Stay still, stay relaxed, and stay content without any expectation. Just want to be still, just want to rest, just want to relax, and let it be. So let's meditate together in silence for a moment. Do your best to stay in balance between relaxation and consciousness. Stay still, stay relaxed, and stay content. Checking into the mind to see how the mind feels at the moment. Any thoughts, feelings, sensations. Notice how peace and calm of your mind at the end of the session. Allow the peace, joy, and happiness feelings, this positive energy, to circulate throughout your physical body, penetrate through every single cell in your body. Allow the whole body to feel fresh, relaxed, recharged, and rejuvenate. Develop the feeling of love, compassion toward yourself. Learn how to forgive yourself, to let go all of the wrongdoing in the past. Loving yourself means keep yourself pure, body, speech, and mind, bit by bit, little by little. Wishing yourself to be well, to be happy, to be free from suffering in the world. Share your loving kindness and compassion to everyone that you have a fond feeling with, your parents, spouse, children, friends, relatives. Wishing all of them to be well, to be happy, and to be free from all suffering and danger in the world. Continue to expand the circle of your loving kindness to your neighbor, people in your communities, people at work, at school, people that you know. You meet them regularly, but you may not know them well. Wishing all of them to be well and happy, to be free from suffering and danger in the world. Radiating your loving kindness and compassion, covering the whole communities, the whole country, neighboring country, and covering the whole world. Wishing all beings, human, animal, all the living beings, all the spirit, wishing all of them to be well, to be happy, to be comfortable, and to be free from all suffering and danger in the world. Wishing the whole world can live together in peace and harmony, without war, violence, taking advantage from each other. Expanding your loving kindness and compassion as far as your mind can go, covering the whole world, the whole universe, and countless universe. If your loving kindness and compassion touch on any spirit that needs to be uplifted, any being that needs to be uplifted, wishing this pure love and compassion to help them to be well, to be happy, to be comfortable, and to be free from suffering and danger. And now allow the mind to be back to the body, to stay still and stay relaxed for a moment. Cherish your mind with happiness and joy. Feel grateful and appreciation for this precious moment, for the time that you deserve to be at peace and happy. Now let's take a few good deep breaths before we open up our eyes. Breathe in and breathe out mindfully and slowly. Put a little smile on your face. Keep your mind stay still firmly at the center of the body. And when you are ready and relaxed, you may softly and gently open up your eyes. Okay, welcome everyone back to our session. How was your experience today? Hope you find some peaceful moment during the meditation that we sit together about 35 minutes. Okay, and you maybe notice that each time that you sit, your experience may not be the same. It keep on changing. It depends on the condition of your mind. Some session you may sit long, but you have a hard time to stay concentrated. Don't feel any peace, don't feel relaxed. But some session you sit shorter, somehow you feel better. You feel more relaxed, more peace, more calm. So each session to me is a new session. It's something that we can learn from it. There's no such thing called the bad meditation. So as long as you come back to the cushion and continue to sit, it's always good. Okay, and the reason that we need to pay close attention of what went wrong today and what went well today. So we only repeat what worked for us and what doesn't work for us. If you keep on sitting and keep on observing, you will find the pattern of your own mind. When you do this in the early morning, it works, and when you do this in the evening session, the same technique, it may not work in the evening. Okay, early morning, late morning, afternoon, evening, or late night, our mind, the condition of the mind is not the same. So our job is to experience that, to explore the technique, explore the tool that you use, the seat that you sit on, and to see what works well for your body and mind in each time of the day. Eventually you will find this work for me. Okay, it worked for me in the morning, so I will do the same thing. And you don't have to change the technique. Okay, so there will be time that we have to do something in meditation to bring the mind back, and there will be time that we don't have to do anything in meditation. When you already feel peace, calm, and relaxed, your job is to just let it be. Okay, so this is the art of doing nothing. It takes time to master this skill, the skill of letting go, the skill of appreciation, stay content, and whatever it is, ready for that experience, and let your mind take you inside deeper and deeper, in this meditation journey. All right, so allow me to bring up my screen, and then we continue our wisdom talk from last time. Just to recap what we learned last week, and then I'll continue to the second part that I left off from last time. So these are the 4 factors that I mentioned. Each one of them, they support each other. In order for us to success in meditation, we need to understand these 4 elements and master all of them. We only talk about meditation, okay? Everywhere people talk about meditation. I want to meditate. I want to know how to meditate. And then you go and learn meditation technique from the books, from the teacher, and then you come back home and then you sit 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, and later on you realize that how come I feel good when I sit. I am able to stay concentrated for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes. But when I leave the meditation, go back to my world, go to work, go to study, make decision, I cannot stay concentrated, and I lost my inner peace. And we don't know why. How come meditation cannot help us to be happy in the reality, in the daily life? as we facing all kind of situation, we make a lot of decision. We face a lot of stimuli the moment that we wake up until the time that we come back and go back to bed. So meditation is good, right? But how come we don't really feel happy, or we don't know how to use it in the reality, in the real world? And this is the complete picture. We need to develop not just meditation or concentration. We need to develop mindfulness or sati. We also need to develop something called the clear comprehension or awareness. Okay, and the nickname for this term is called integrating wisdom. These elements help us to balance between mindfulness and concentration, which I will elaborate a little bit more in a moment. And we also need to make sure that we persevere, we make an effort to keep on sitting. Don't give up. You learn the technique, you sit 3 days, it doesn't work, you quit. You continue to sit for 1 week, 1 month, it doesn't work, you quit. If you keep on quitting, you will not success in anything. Okay, so effort is more like the energy that get you going. Okay, don't stop. Keep on coming back, keep on sitting, reflect on it, and ask question. If you have doubt, go back to your teacher. Then you can come back and adjust the way you sit, and perhaps can help you to meditate better. So today let's move on to the green one. So about the mindfulness, the idea of mindfulness, and how to practice mindfulness. I will not rushing to finish all of this, because these 4 things, these are the important elements for us to be success in meditation, whatever technique that you are practicing. So I will take my time. Okay, we don't have to finish. If there's some information left over, I will stop and come back and continue next week. I want to make sure that everyone fully understood these 4 elements, because it's, again, from all the things that I learned, okay, from the books, from the Buddhist texts, and everything that I practice, I learned from my master as well, it's coming down to this element. You cannot miss this element. Okay, concentration or samadhi or meditation will go together. Okay, without having the support from sati or mindfulness and sampajanya or the clear comprehension, your concentration will not be that good. Okay, it will not be that good. You will feel like, oh, okay, I don't make any progress at all. And that's why we need to come back to this principle. Okay, we practice mindfulness because it helps us to stay concentrated better. With mindfulness and clear comprehension, it helps us to stay concentrated better. When we stay concentrated better, it helps us to come back, okay, to understand how clear comprehension element work and how we can be more mindful. So basically these 3 things, they support each other all the time without our awareness. All right, again, just quickly, okay, this is concentration, the pole that you use when you train the horse. The horse is like your mind, right? Let's say if your concentration today is the breath, that means the pole or the pose that you use is the breath, and you tie your horse to your breath. The rope is like mindfulness or the sati. And when we say mindfulness, automatically it comes with awareness or comprehension, or the clear comprehension. It's come together. Mindfulness first, and then awareness can work. Okay, why did I say that? This is the one. We already talked about this. Okay, I'm just to recap before we move on to the mindfulness. So we want to meditate, right? Meditate means meditation, or samadhi means concentration. We want to concentrate. Let's say if you want to study this bird, you cannot study it as long as the bird is still flying out there. You need to catch the bird and put the bird in the cage. Then you can study it as long as you like. Okay, mindfulness is the tool that help catching the bird. You put the bird in the cage, you catch it first, and then the clear comprehension is the eye that take a look at the bird. This is the wisdom element that allow you to study the bird, fully. You sit there, you take a look what kind of bird, what color, what size, what shape. And the concentration is you sitting there as long as you like. You can concentrate 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, okay, 60 minutes. It's up to you. This is concentration or samadhi or meditation. This is how these 3 elements support each other. And let's move on to the mindfulness part, okay, from last time. But before we get there, this is the information that I found recently from the scientists. They discovered that mindfulness exercise can be as effective as anxiety drug, which is quite interesting. To me, I don't feel surprised at all. Okay, the Buddha talked about this 2,500 years ago. But this day people have more and more way to actually use scientific method to prove, okay, that mindfulness actually work. It helps, heal suffering from a lot of disease. People have anxiety, people have stress, depression, and when they come to practice meditation, mindfulness, their symptoms getting better. The question is, why is that? Why a simple breathing exercise for 2 minutes a few times a week can lessen anxieties? I want you to be able to answer this question because you have been sitting, okay, regularly. You know how you feel when you are mindful. You know how you feel when you can control your mind. It helps you to lessen anxiety, help you to remove your depression, right, from your work. It helps calm the mind down. There is a process that the thoughts, slowly fade away when you are mindful of your meditation object. Okay, so I like you to reflect on this question. That means if you can answer, that means you understand how the mind works, how mindfulness and meditation help you to be happy and happier. For today, what is mindful and mindfulness? People give a lot of all kind of definition when it comes to the word mindfulness. Today we'll take a look through the lens of Buddhist perspective. What does it mean by mindfulness? Mindful is this one, right? As you walk to the park, your mind is full of a lot of stuff, human, animal, object, business, people, you name it. But for another man, okay, walk to the same park, his mind is here, different. You see the difference. His mind is full of whatever in front of him, fully. So sometimes I said mindfulness is the mind is full of whatever in front of us, 100%. If you eat, your mind with the food. If you work, your mind with your work. No social media, no Facebook, no email. Your mind is fully of that thing, that situation, that person that actually in front of you, fully 100%. And that's one dimension of the word mindfulness. And here is the meaning, okay, or the description of the word sati. Keep in mind that when we study meditation or mindfulness, this is the English vocabulary that get created later by the scholar for the sake of their convenience in terms of communication or doing research. But we need to track it back to the original word from Pali, which is called sati. If you study by yourself in terms of Buddhist meditation, you will have to come across this term more often, whether you like it or not. Okay, about sati, about sampachanya, about samadhi. So these terms are the original term from the Pali text, and then it's get developed over time until we have this set of vocabulary about meditation, about mindfulness, about loving kindness, this kind of thing. Anyway, mindfulness from the text, this is the meaning. Mindfulness means recollection, recall, okay, remembrance, okay, bearing in mind, not losing, not confusing. This is one meaning of the word sati from the Buddhist perspective. That means you recall, you remember what you are doing. Okay, not only remember what you are doing at this moment, you also remember what happened in the past. The two dimensions. Okay, we take a look. The first idea, this is the one, right? About you catch, you remember, you catch something that about to run away from you in this present moment. Let's say you sit, you breathe in and breathe out, and all of a sudden your mind slip away, get distracted by thought. If you can catch that thought, so you can come back, bring the mind back to the breath. This is called mindfulness. Okay, one meaning of mindfulness, that you remember that, hey, I am sitting here, practice meditation using the breathing meditation technique, not something else. No, not visualization, not using the mantra. I am with the breath. This is my technique. So if your mind start to wandering away, okay, out of your breath, you catch it back. This is mindfulness. You are being mindful of you sit there and breathing, okay, using breathing meditation technique. And the second one is about you are able to recall something that already happened, and you bring it back and reflect on it. Let's say last week you sit in the early morning, you wake up fresh, you feel so good, you sit for 30 minutes and you feel like there was no thought, you feel the body was very light, you feel very happy, very joyful. with the technique that you used on that day that happened last week or last month. But that feeling or experience still kept somewhere in your mind, right, in your memory. So for today, you don't know what to do, you don't know what technique to use because you confused, you have a lot of things that is happening today and you don't know where to start. Somehow you remember that, hey, last week was good. Why don't I bring back that technique, that experience, and reflect on it today in this session? This is called mindfulness as well. You bring it back and you reflect on it. Okay, you may repeat the same process that you did. Okay, you may sit cross-legged, put your palms like this, put your back like this, breathe in a few times and do this and do that. You try to mimic what you did last time that make you feel good. And then you stay with that object, stay with that experience, stay with that inner peace of happiness that has arisen before. Okay, so the two things. Something that about to run away, you catch it, and something that already passed, okay, you bring it back and reflect on it. The two dimensions. So mindfulness is about observing mind, not the thinking mind. When we observe the way things are. We don't make decision. Let's say you observe this pen. You just observe as it is. Okay, the pen is the blue color, this long, okay, this size, there's a grip on it. You don't make decision, you don't analyze, you don't criticize, you just look at it as it is. This is mindfulness. Your mind is full of the pen, fully. Okay? More like you have open mind. You open mind, whatever it is, you don't make decision. Whether something that you like or you don't like. If you think of someone that you don't like, your mind tend to get agitated or you want to run away from that, the picture or the image of that person. If you think of someone or something that you like, your mind tend to incline toward that, having that object or talking to that person or get closer to that person. So that means something has happened in the thought that I like or I don't like. But mindfulness is not like that. As long as you feel like I like it, you catch it and bring it back. As soon as you feel like I don't like it, you catch it and then you bring it back and stay neutral. This is the mindfulness. You open your mind to accept whatever present to you in front of you fully. Something you like, something you don't like, it doesn't really matter. You will be okay to accept it, okay, with open mind. So it's about observing mind. We observe. It sounds simple, right? But it's not easy. Everything in the mind happens very quickly. When we see something we don't like, we either run away from it, okay, or destroy it. When we see something we like, we right away we buy it, we take action to have it, to get it. When you walk to the shopping mall, you see something that you don't plan to buy anything, and all of a sudden something on sale and you like it. You walk into the shop and you buy it without planning or thinking to buy it. You just buy it anyway. Something that you may not even need it. That means you're not very mindful. But if you can catch that feeling, well, you're about to buy something that you don't need, right? You catch that feeling, you bring the mind back and you observe greed, observe craving that's running in your mind. If you can see that feeling, that emotion, it gives rise to the clear comprehension to analyze. You know what? You don't need it. And also, you need to save money because you already used this credit card to for something else. You don't have enough money left, so don't buy it. Then that feeling kind of fade away and then you move on to something else. You don't have to waste money on something that you don't need. Okay? So when you know that your mind attention move, this is called mindfulness as well. Right? When you sit, you visualize the object or using your breath and you know that now the mind is thinking of work, thinking of school, thinking of this, thinking of that. As soon as you know, this is called mindfulness. Most people, we don't know. We get lost in thought. We allow the mind to stay outside the circle of meditation, outside your meditation object for a very long time. When you sit 30 minutes, sometimes you get lost 25 minutes. The mind stays outside the body 25 minutes without us noticing that. That means we get lost in thought. That means we don't have mindfulness. But as soon as the mind starts to move towards something else, if you can catch that, that means you are mindful. Then you bring it back to the breath, back to your object, okay, and then you start over again. Okay, how many times that your mind slip away in the past session that we sit? Did you notice that? Okay, how long did it take you to realize that, hey, I'm not meditating at all. My mind is something else already, somewhere else already. Okay, but for some people, it happened very quickly with that kind of distraction. And as soon as that distraction arises, you can catch it right away. That means you are very mindful, and then you bring it back. This is another symbolic of a metaphor of the word mindfulness, as this security guard. His job is to standing there and observe what's happening in front of the door, who is coming in, who is going out. So he kind of standing there doing his job. But if this guy playing on his cell phone or talking to someone else or eating, that means he don't mindful of what he's supposed to be doing. He don't know who is coming in, he don't know who is going out. So when you sit there and you stand guard at the door of your mind, you are mindful. Oh, bad thought arise, you shouldn't be getting angry with that person. Oh, bad thought arise because of greed or craving, something that on sale that you want to buy. You see what's coming to your eyes and go to your mind and how you feel. And you also notice how you feel when you receive that trigger or that stimuli come to your eye, come to your ears, go to the mind, it's become your feeling. If you are mindful, you can catch that feeling. You know what, this is a bad thought, don't think about it. You know what, this clothes, I don't need it, I don't buy it today, let go. So come back and stand guard at the door of your mind. So every day that you wake up, make sure that you stand guarded at the door of your mind. Okay? Protect your mind from the bad stimuli, protect your mind from a bad feeling. Okay, then you are mindful. When you're mindful, you can be happy, right? Because you don't allow bad thing to coming into your mind. So you protect it, you reject it, you refuse to receive that information, right? And you don't give the meaning to something that you receive. Then you can be happy. By doing all of this, it helps you to have a better concentration when you come home. You see the picture? Because you're mindful all day long, you stand guard at the door of your mind all day long. When you come home, when it's time to sit for 30 minutes, for 1 hour at the end of the day, then you can concentrate much better, and the mind will stay inside the body much longer, because you got your mind all day long already. So you don't have to spend a lot of time try to let go of the thought, try to fight with the thought. It's the mind is already there or somewhere nearby the body. Okay, so we'll stop here today. I'd like you to go back and reflect on it and digest on what we learned today and actually put into practice. So next week, the following week, we will be discussing about the mindfulness of the body, okay, about breathing and the posture. So this helps us to be mindful during the day. And this is the skill that can be developed by utilize the breath and the movement of the body. Okay, for example, like this, right? If you walk like this, you're not very mindful. You may be in danger. You may run, into the car or step on something else. If you keep checking your phone while you walk. So mindfulness of the body movement or the posture help you to be aware of what's going on. How fast should you walk? How slow do you walk? How far do you have to go? And any cars, any people, anything that might be harmful for you during the journey that you walk. So something like this. So we'll come back and explore this practice next week. All right. So hope everyone's pick up something today, and please go back to reflect on this. What we have been talking about, I try to emphasize on these 4 elements. So last week we talked about this one, right? About concentration. So today we talk about mindfulness, the idea of mindfulness, and next week we'll go deeper about how to actually practice mindfulness of the breath and mindfulness of the body movement or the gesture, and how these 3 elements support each other: mindfulness, clear comprehension, and the concentration. And lastly, number 4 is effort. Okay, so keep these 4 elements, okay, the big picture somewhere in your mind when you practice meditation. It will help you to have a better meditation, success in your meditation practice. All right, I think it's good timing. So if you have questions, feel free to ask, or if you'd like to share your experience as well, this is the time for you. Okay, for Melanie, you have been practicing and feeling anxious, so I stay the whole night. Okay. Some people like to sit in the late night session. Okay, if you feel like you cannot go to bed, you can meditate. Okay, to catch that feeling, to understand the nature of the mind, why you feel anxious, why you feel worried. Okay, where did that thought or that feeling come from? Okay, maybe it's, sit for 5-10 minutes to see if that feeling is still there, or it helps you to know yourself, hey, when this thing happen again in the future, how can I deal with this? How can I let go this anxiety? All right, okay, that's good. Okay, please everyone stay safe, stay happy. No matter what happened in life, please don't stop practicing meditation. I'll see everyone again next Saturday. Okay.